It's me again, J. Paul, man, with my second episode here with a special guest, man. I don't know what it is about these people from Chicago, but we got a special connection. And here with me right now is none other than Mr. Nino City. Thanks for being with me, brother. How you doing today?
I'm good today, man. I know I'm also by you called G Money, but it's definitely Nino City. And I'm here today to talk about hip hop and chess. I call it hip hop Heartistry.
Oh wow, yeah. Interesting title. So what made you come up with that title?
Well, actually, the hip hop Heartistry.
Yeah.
My cousin Brandon from Chicago, he basically broke it all down to me because we started in Chicago with a crew called Euphonics throwing hip hop parties. Basically started the hip hop movement, but the Heartistry comes about because we want to take it a step further. You know, as we call artists. We said, you know what, you're not an artist, you're a heartist. This is coming from the heart, your music. Yeah. So that's what we want to bring to the masses, hip hop Heartistry.
Love for the art.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
There it is, man. But it seems like you really got a love for it all, man.
Oh, man. Whole family in it, my daughter, my son, my cousin. It's a family affair, hip hop family affair, most definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful. Man, but let the people know, man, where did it all start, man? What's the roots, man? Where's Nino City? Where did it all start?
Well, I tell you like this, it basically, actually I'm working on a book. That's another thing I want to do as far as Nino City and the Euphonics crew, EUP crew. But yeah, it all started back in Chicago, man. As a matter of fact, it actually go even further back when I was young, you know, as a youngster, like 10 or 11. My mom's, she would always have us performing in front of family. My mother Sharon, rest in peace. We was like the entertainers of the family. Me, my brother Nero, and Toriano. So we would always at family reunions, gatherings, always performing. And then I remember one time my father back then took us to Roseland movie theater to go see John Travolta Saturday Night Fever. And he was out there dancing, man, pantomiming him out in the in the aisles and stuff. So
at the movies.
Oh, that was wild. That's what my mom, man. We was real little, man. So we always was entertaining and dancing and stuff like that. So I guess I first got introduced to hip hop, breakdancing. That's what it was, when back in 1985, 84, 85. What is it? Breaking came out in Beach Street. And that did it for me. So as a shorty, I was breakdancing in my neighborhood in the Roseland area, south side of Chicago, Wild Hunters. I joined a crew called Electronicals when I was a young shorty. And breaking and doing windmills and all that stuff. So most definitely that's how I got my start. And then from there, being introduced to Run DMC, seeing all them, so kind of, playing around with the raps throughout the years. But it wasn't really until, like I say, 1992, 93, when I linked up with my crew, Euphonics, which means pleasing to the ear. My crew, my brother, Krishna, my cousin Chris, we was all down for that crew, Euphonics. But yeah, that's basically, I say hip hop saved me, because right before that, growing up in Chicago, man, the gangs, they were trying to get you to join, and house music. I ain't gonna lie, I did love some house music back then.
Yeah, house music pumping. I actually introduced to house music in DC.
Oh, is that right?
I thought house music was exclusive to DC.
Yeah.
Until I later learned that house music is in Chicago as well.
Yeah, it started in Chicago. Actually, the cat from New York, I forget his name, but he started it back in the 80s, with house music. So I was into that. We would go to the rink, do house dancing. But like I said, once hip hop, I realized how strong it was in Chicago, and I thought it was a fad. It was back like in the early 90s. I'm like, oh man, this is what I want to do. Hip hop, I'm good. I'm done with the game. I'm done with the house. Hip hop is where it's at.
Now let me ask you a question, because you mentioned the first group,
Electronic. Yeah, in the neighborhood.
So now, how old were you, and who all was part of that crew?
See, that's just it. I know it was one kid named Martez. It was so long ago, I couldn't even remember everybody. And like I said, it was a fad, man. Everybody was starting crews all throughout the south side of Chicago in the 80s. And so I was with the Electronicals, that crew in my neighborhood. I know one kid was Martez, because he was a good
Pop,
pop lock and cold pop. But me and my brother Nero, we was breakdancing. We was hardcore. With Nero was good with the wind, with his. I was good with the windmills, right?
Yeah.
But he was good with the backspin. The cold backspin. Yeah, and he could do the flares too. He was good with the flare.
Yeah.
I was good with the swipes. But back then, I was like 10 or 11 at that time. But that's what we was doing, during those times.
Now the second crew.
Now that's the main crew.
Second crew, hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop hit you hard.
Yeah.
Because clearly it was already in you. It was already a passion.
Yeah.
Like you said, hip hop started. I can speak for myself.
Yeah.
When you get to the point where you influence the break and pop lock, you're a b-boy.
Yeah.
You love hip hop
all day.
I was one of those guys too. We packed the cardboard around.
Yeah.
Did y'all pack the cardboard around?
Took it everywhere we went.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what it was about. And linoleum too. So either one, the cardboard or the linoleum back in the 80s. But again, man, as I started getting older, high school, there was also house. I got to keep house music and gang banging, all that still a part of Chicago. So I had to kind of, like you said, get away from that. And hip hop was the perfect thing to counter that, because it was with positive hip hop. KRS-One, all of them was kicking knowledge.
Yeah, you had guys like Rakim, the Jungle Brothers.
Yeah,
the Poor Righteous Teachers.
Yeah,
Grand Poop and them, Grand Nubian.
Yeah, I was feeling them.
Yeah, Grand Nubian, my bad. Yeah.
But at the same time, that's when we kind of started coming up. Common, he was kicking positive. He was always knowledge.
So he was rapping when you guys were coming up as teens.
Yeah.
When you guys had your crew.
Well, he like in our early teens. Yep, like 18, 19, like in 91, I think, when Common first came out, like 91, 92, early 90s.
Yeah.
I think that's the same time Biggie came out in New York. That's when Common came out with his music. Yeah. But so we even connect with Common back then because we had a TV show called The What's Up Show. Yeah.
This was Chicago-based show?
Radio, just like we
it was a radio show?
Yeah.
Okay.
We was on the radio. Yeah, call-in show.
Yeah.
In Channel 19. Yeah. Like in 19, I think we started like 91, 90, right before we formed Euphonics Crew.
What was the name of it?
The What's Up Show. And listen to me, J. Paul. This was the first. Anybody in Chicago will tell. We basically was the first considered podcast in Chicago.
Oh snap!
The original in the night. Yeah, we was actually the first. Anybody will tell you.
How many of you guys was it?
Well, I was a part of it, but Nero, my brother, and Chris Golden, they actually were the two main the hosts on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fly, man.
Yeah, and so now they just started bringing it back. Now,
in Chicago or just?
Yeah, well actually
all platforms.
Brandon, like I was saying, my cousin Brandon, that's what it is now. Him and Chris, they started it every Friday on Facebook and Instagram doing the What's Up Show. So they started from that angle, and eventually they want to, work their way to actual.
The same title, same name?
Yeah, What's and they will keep, because the original What's Up Show.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, that's my people, man.
That's it. All right, man. So you mentioned growing up on the south side of Chicago. What was your block, man? What block you grew up on?
Yeah, I grew up on 121st in Princeton, so that was called the Wild Hundreds, South Side Wild Hundreds.
Okay.
That's where I grew up, and that's where I got my start. But when we formed Euphonics Crew, that all started at Percy L. Julian High School on the south side. So I would say like on 103rd and Vincennes. That's where Skeet, Macamille, and my brother Nero and Rodney White, we call him Pete, they actually started the crew. Because at the time, I had went to Texas, but my mom's and Nero was still in Chicago, and me and my brother had to come back to help represent the Euphonics Crew. Even though they started, we were still representing Euphonics in Texas at the time. Breakdancing, rapping. I was doing it all out there.
You had a chance doing the shows or compete?
No, because like I said, I wasn't out there that long. But once I came back, oh man, we was doing hip hop parties in Chicago. Euphonics, we were battling crews, them there. We would battle the Brickheads, Ill State, cats from Chicago. They know what I'm talking about, and we all represented the Shy Rock Nation.
Shy Rock Nation. So what's that?
That's basically a group of all crews coming together. And we was actually chapter 9, but that's all the crews coming together, and that started in '93. They made all of us chapters, so that's how we all represented it. You know, it was like under one umbrella. Now you got Zulu Nation in New York. Well, this is Chirac Nation, Chicago.
Yeah. See, that's beautiful, man. That's I think we really need more than in hip hop today.
Right, and it's always somebody better than somebody. Come on, that's just like on the chessboard. If I'm battling breakdancing, on the mic, a rapper. You know, Eminem versus Rhyme Fest, for example. I don't know if you ever heard of Rhyme Fest.
Absolutely.
But he's Euphonics. He's my crew. He's my crew member.
Oh, snap.
Yes, sir.
Man.
And let me tell you one thing, and we can get back to that, like Kanye West. I don't know what I recorded at his house before, but he came down and auditioned. He was supposed to be a Euphonics. I still call him the honorary member, but he was supposed to be Euphonics too. It's almost like, I don't know if you know or heard, like even Twista, right?
Right.
The rapper Twista.
Absolutely.
He was a part of Ill State Assassins, and his name, I think, was Cavalier back in the day.
Yeah, he was a battle rapper initially.
Yeah, he was a battle rapper too, but I'm just saying he broke away from them and established himself on his own. So it's kind of like the way we look at Kanye is how Ill State, which is another crew within, how they had Twista, because he became big just like Kanye did. Actually, we battled Ill State. I don't think Twista was there at the time, but yeah, we actually, and it was a big thing. The Ill State to tell you, it was us against them, and they claimed they won, but you know how we feel. We felt we won the battle. And this on the rap, on the mic. Yeah, so yeah, it was a lot of that going on. You know what I mean? So battle rapping and stuff.
So groups like Crucial Conflict, Do or Die. You know, guys like Bump J. You know, you ever seen those guys come up where they are part of the hip hop circle? For like the Chirac Nation?
Well, that's just it. They wasn't really a part of Chirac, but we knew of Bump J, and I think like Crucial Conflict and all those, they were like more connected with Twista.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
West Side.
The Do or Die songs, and the West Side. There you go. Yeah, you know, once again, Chirac was more of a South Side thing, even though cats from North Side connected, but it was more. I feel like it was more of a South Side thing, you know what I mean?
But that's still good though, man, to unify a whole side, you know what I'm saying? That's not it's not always an easy thing to do. Especially in a city like that. You know, there's a lot of strong-minded brothers and sisters in Chicago, man. I got a lot of respect for you, for Chicagoans, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. And the fact that you guys still continuing in that spirit.
Yeah, and we're going strong right now. We got a Chicago Hip Hop Museum, artistic, who was one of the heads of Chirac, keeping it going to this day. It's just there, you know, a couple weeks ago until I was out in Chicago. So
that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. Hey, keep it up. Shout out to them at the Hip Hop Museum out there in Chicago. Congratulations, man. Because we're starting to see a different level of appreciation for the culture amongst ourselves.
Again, we celebrate 50 years of hip hop this year,
50 years.
Which is real big. You know what I mean? I got a feeling, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to continue. They need to continue every year, like 51 years, 52 years, because in the past, you know, it's just been hip hop, and then when it hit 50, you know, they're making it big, but I got a feeling they're going to keep that momentum going. So, hip hop is global now, it's everywhere, it's in everything now. I mean, like you say, even nowadays, you don't even need to, the internet is there, so we really don't even need to go to a major label to get signed. Everything, you doing it yourself now. All you need, if anything, to make is just for distribution purposes, but now everybody's doing it on their own. You see what I'm saying? So hip hop, it's got to the level to where, man, it ain't about the streets no more. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, because you know we see that. You know, guys want to, talk the talk. Pump this, did that. The girls want to be ratchet and this, that, and the third. So I hear people say that the younger generation now are promoting destruction, and they're blaming the record labels. You blame the record labels or the artists?
Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely, like you say, can't blame the record labels. You knew what you was gonna get yourself into, so it's got to be the artist. And and that's why some artists don't even, like for example, remember I told you I just went to Souls of Mischief Hieroglyphics concert.
Oh, right.
And they were saying on stage F the record labels, because back in the day they got signed and then they got played. So they've been doing their music all this time on their own, putting out music on their own, independently. You understand what I'm saying? So that goes to show you KRS-One is another. He said for years he's been doing his. He may have a distribution deal, but it's all him.
I mean, but guys like that, people like that, man, they already have a solid following, and a big name.
That's true. That's true.
So I think that's a little different. I think that's where sometimes it gets a little jaded with the up and coming artists because they want the instant success and the check that come along with it.
Exactly.
Without putting in the work.
You gotta put it in.
Those guys put in work.
You gotta, like you said, stay consistently in the game in order to get the recognition that you're looking for. So I'm 100% with that.
Yeah, man, because I heard you mention earlier, you said that your daughter and your son produces.
Yeah.
I know he was in a beat battle some years ago, right?
Yeah.
He's still holding it down?
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still doing his thing. He's just more doing the rap thing as well, but he still love the music. And again, my daughter, even with chess, I've been teaching her chess since she was in high school, and at the same time working with her with the rhymes and the rapping, the MCing, right? So yeah, she's very good at chess, just like she is on the mic. So
yeah, she's good. What's her name?
She go by Monet Moolah. Back in the day, she used to be A Monet. Coming up, and she was A Monet, but now she's Monet Moolah.
Monet Moolah.
Yeah.
And what's Shorty's name? Do the production, your son.
My son, back then he was Nino's on the beats. Now he go by Mysterion.
Mysterion.
Yeah.
Nino's on the beats. I just listen to the stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got some bangers.
Yeah, nice beats.
Yeah, he got some cold beats, man. Shout out anybody, artists out there looking for beats, man.
Yeah.
How can they get with y'all?
Yeah. If anything, like I said, they can contact me, Nino Stradamus, whatever I have on Instagram, or just look for me on my regular Facebook page, Ferdinando Nino Fortino.
Now, the chess. You know what I'm saying? How the chess situation started? Like, where did that come into your life?
Yeah, chess started, like I said, back in the day, in the 90s, I would play chess with my cousin and my crew, Euphonics, and, for fun. And I would win, they would win. And, a lot of times I would win because I had a knack for chess.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, like I said, there was a partner I had, Ra'aki, who noticed, that I had a knack for chess, and he wanted me to play his lawyer, James Lazenby.
Yeah.
So I played him in the game, and I guess suppose he was supposed to be, and I beat him. So,
The first time?
Yeah, first time I played him. So they were surprised how good I was. I would also play my cousin Chris, and then suddenly he started beating me. And then I just thought to myself, okay, he must, he was reading books and able to get better at chess, and that's how he was able to beat me, because I wasn't doing that. So I was like, well, that's the only reason why you beat me, man, because you studying the game and reading books on it. So I left that alone. But then once I moved to Arizona, later down the road, my brother was like, man, you could play. Why don't you get back into it and start studying? So like I told him, once I got to reading, that put me in a whole nother stratosphere with chess.
Yeah, because I was introduced to chess from Wu-Tang Clan.
So I really got into it more too as well.
Yeah. So how would you being in hip hop, you being in chess, what are the parallels to life with the three?
Well, again, like I told you, with chess, you learn strategy and tactics. You can and planning and figuring out and having a plan, and you can apply that to life. And that's what I teach, because like I told you, I'm actually a chess teacher, and that's what I teach kids and anybody who's willing to learn that way of life. And again, like you say, Wu-Tang with Jizza, that's what he does, incorporate the chess with hip hop. So, again, that's why I tell people I consider myself like the Jizza Chicago or the Jizza Arizona, because that's what I do, hip hop and chess. But again, once I got with my brother, started studying, it took me to a whole nother level. I've taught my daughter Monet Moolah how to play chess, and like I said, she's won tournaments in high school and was like the top female chess player at that time. At Trevor Brown High School right here in Phoenix, Arizona.
That's what's up. So okay, because you explained to me earlier the levels of chess.
Right.
Entry level, intermediate, teacher, chess master, all that stuff.
Right.
So although you're qualified to teach, you would consider yourself a chess master.
No, that's just it. I'm not a chess master based off of UFCL, but chess master, that's higher than an expert. That rating is like 2,000, and even though I've played UFCF tournament, my levels never reached that. So I would just consider myself, a good chess player, and but good enough to teach at a certain level. You see what I mean? And that's what I've been doing. And again, I'm a hip hop person, so it's kind of like that's the angle I'm bringing it from my level, skill level, and how I'm doing it with hip hop. So
that's dope. That's dope. So,
right.
Shot Rock Nation, did you guys incorporate chess back then, or
Well,
that's something you did?
That's something that I brought to. I'm not sure if they actually was doing that, but I know once I started bringing it to the table, they all embraced it and understand how important the chess is to hip hop. But I don't think back then they were doing it the way I'm doing it right now. I've taught chess in the schools and at park districts, and it's been going pretty good. Even currently, I'm teaching chess over at the bookstore. I don't know if you're familiar with that bookstore on 15th Street in Washington. Currently teaching chess right now, so
that's dope.
Everything's been going good, and like I said, I do music too, and I have the song, hip hop song that's pertaining to chess as well, called Hip Hop Heartistry, and where we incorporate chess as well. So, and Heartistry coming from the heart,
right? Like
I was explaining.
Yeah, make all the sense in the world.
Yes, sir.
So, man, you mentioned that rhyme, man, about chess.
Yeah.
Can you spit a little bit for the people?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let me go ahead and kick it. So let's begin as I commence this art of war on the chessboard, using strategy and tactics we known for. With every piece position to be placed. Once you make a mistake, then the bishop makes way. Set up by the knight, then along comes the rook. See, the feeling is so intense, it's like your life got took. Now you're forced to build upon your to-do list. While I'm in the cut, picking my targets to crush a queen's sacrifice. It's not the right move to make, but whatever happens next, your king gon' lay it down, meaning that the end is near. Yes, your pawns fall flat, check your castle's attack. My army moves in, now the second, too late, coordinate your fate, there it is, the checkmate. Now that I've executed my plan, kids, y'all tell me who's in command. It's Coach Nino City as we rolling out this hip hop Heartistry. Yeah, come follow me, we rolling.
Yes, sir. Yeah, follow the hip hop Heartistry, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's dope. Five.
Yes, sir.
So, man, I heard you say you mentioned the queen as a bad move. So, man, something I see people do, man, is lead with their queen.
Yeah, bring out that queen early.
Would you recommend that move to people, man? I mean, if you know how to play.
Yeah. Well, I'm a chess player, and on Sundays, I can't remember if I mentioned that to you before, I play with a couple of my buddies over at Desert Sky Mall every Sunday.
Yeah.
And one of the particular players, Julio Herrera, one of my chess, that's his patented move.
Is there?
He loves to bring that queen out early. And I tell him that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Because once the queen, for example, the queen comes out in the open, she can easily be attacked.
Yeah.
So it's never good to bring your queen out early. You want to keep it in a safe place because you'll keep getting attacked, and before you know it, your queen will get took. Now don't get me wrong, if you got a set play in your head and you know sometimes you could get away with your queen, but for me, that's what I do. I try to bring her out when it's time, but that's his patented move, and a lot of times, he brings it out. And I just started attacking it, man, right off the bat.
Now let me ask you this: since you've been playing for a while,
yes, for years now.
Who's been your stiffest competition?
Okay, yeah. Now that you mention that, because I started getting serious about chess back in 2008, 2009, but throughout the years, one of my buddies that and I know, Country, he go by, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
I think he would be my hardest opponent that I can think of. He would be, because he play online all the time.
Yeah.
He got set plays that he plays, so you got to really be careful when you're playing up against him.
Yeah, the old Country from DC.
That's right.
Shout out to Chocolate City, man. That's what's up.
That's right.
Yeah, man. I got to get with you guys. At least come watch.
Yeah,
I'm not on that level, man.
Yeah. Want you to come out and watch, definitely.
And you guys play on Sundays at Desert Sky Mall in
Every
Mercado?
Sunday at 2 p.m. That's
2
right.
p.m.
In the Mercado, yes.
Mercado, okay.
Yes, sir. Libra's Furniture. That's what the spot we actually play at.
Oh, the furniture store.
Yeah, it's called Libra's Furniture.
That's dope. So, man, any plans for any upcoming events around chess?
Well, eventually, like I said, we want to get tournaments going soon over at that location. And again, I started a company that I want to start pushing called Chess Heads.
Yeah.
Tournaments where we're going to sponsor and set up and have prizes and, you know, stuff like that for the kids as well. We want to get going real soon. And also, too, I also started with my cousin and my brother a company called Sneakerheads.
Yeah.
So we just got a lot of different businesses and what is it, merchandising,
Yeah.
stuff we got going on. Hopefully we can get that,
Yeah.
you know, moving in the future. So
And that's what the logo on your hat and shirt is, right?
yeah, the Chess Heads or Shachi
Yeah.
that we started. Yeah.
Shachi, what's Shachi?
Shachi is also my brother Mike started where it's basically it's a Chicago thing, and for as far as the shot, and then Chi is just more like, I don't know, it's more like a
The piece.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
serenity, like
yeah,
Tai Chi.
yeah,
Yeah. That's sharp. That's
yeah.
sharp.
So we want to incorporate all that,
Yeah.
definitely.
So who introduced chess to you in the first place? Like who taught you?
Yeah, well, like I said, my pops Kurt, back in the day when I was young, he the one that first taught me how to play chess.
Mhm.
And then throughout the years, me and my brother again got together, and I started really studying it hard.
Mhm.
And from then on, man, I just been playing chess and doing it on a higher level. I mentioned one friend that I had, Jeremy Dancer, back in '09.
Yeah.
We used to work together, and he showed me a lot about chess.
Mhm.
But yeah, ever since then, man, I look at chess saved me
Mhm.
back in '08, '09, right after my mother passed in '07.
Oh, man.
And going back, I said 1993, that's when hip hop saved me.
Yeah.
And I really got serious about hip hop with the crew Euphonics back in 1993. So ever since, I just been feeding off the hip hop and chess.
Now, you mentioned books. Can you think of any literature right now that would be helpful to any chess players out there?
Well,
Just trying to tighten the game up.
Well, like I said, I know that one book that I've been reading and studying on. I know there's a chess tactics book that I studied, but also Emory Tate. I can't remember the exact name of that book, but that's a good book that I've been studying and reading. And then How Life Imitates Chess. That's another book that I studied and reading by Gary Kasparov.
Dope.
He's a grandmaster from Russia.
Oh, man.
Very great chess player. So those are some of the books that I read and study.
I want to send a shout out to his brother from Baltimore, my partner Chris, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Skinny, man. He put me on the chess, man, some years ago, and you were actually the first person to give me a chess book to study on my own.
Yeah, that's right.
Crazy thing, man.
That's right.
I let somebody use that book on my job, and I ain't got that book back yet. And shout out to the Jamaican brother at the bus terminal in Tempe driving the transit, man. I want my book back. Wagwan.
That's right.
I gotta say, I always admired you, man. Just your discipline, how you apply chess to real life, man. How you a very strategic brother, man. That's a great quality to have, man.
That's right.
And I definitely hope that the youth that you're teaching through your programs, I definitely hope they take those life skills along with them as well, man. Is that something you try to implement in your program?
Always, man. Giving them that advice and showing them the difference, using chess in life, tactics, planning, all that good stuff. So yeah, always.
So outside of offense and defense, like what are some chess terms? What's some of the terminology in chess associated with chess?
Well, again, when it comes to chess, I start off teaching with 3 special words, 3 special moves. 3 special words in chess is check, checkmate, and stalemate. And then that's the 3 words but the special moves are en passant, pawn promotion, and cap. But again, there are 3, I don't know if we talked about it before, but there are 3 special moves in chess, which is en passant, pawn promotion, and castle. Special move, those are just special moves that happen in chess. I mean, those are just the rules of the game. For example, en passant, let's put the pieces back. The en passant would be, for example, I make it to the 5th rank, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the white, and then say black moves 2 spaces up. that's en passant. So I get to take this square because black moved 2 squares up. And it's en passant is French for in passing.
Can you give the people just a run through of what all the pieces are?
Okay, again, when we talk about chess, you have the queen. This is the queen piece. This is the king. This is the bishop. The knight. And last but not least, this is the rook.
The rook?
Yeah, the rook. And I don't know if...
And one's up front of the pawns.
Always in the front are pawns. The pawns move... on the first one, they can move 2 spaces or 1 at a time moving forward.
How does the knight move?
The knight moves in the L shape, so it's 1, 2, 3, and over. Oh, and it can jump over pieces.
What about the rook?
The rook, it moves up and down, side to side, basically horizontally and vertically.
Okay, and the bishop?
Bishop moves diagonally, so on this color, diagonally. This way and that way.
The king and queen.
Queen, basically, she can move any direction she wants. She can't jump over pieces. The king actually moves 1 space at a time in any direction.
Boy, it's saying every little step I take as the king.
That's the king.
Jeez Louise.
The king is the one that every other piece is after.
The king.
The king. So the king got to stay protected. In game, sometimes the king might have to come out and fight as well, but normally in the opening in the middle, it stays protected. Again, the objective of the game of chess is to checkmate the king.
Checkmate the king. Everybody want to check the man. God damn.
Yes.
The king got it hard enough as it is.
Right, or trapping. He's either trap the king.
They want to trap him too. Let's tell you like that. They want to trap him too. That's what they want to do. All they do is like that.
Man, that's the way the game works. The rules of the game.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So hip hop and chess, you combine them two, call it Heartistry.
Yes, sir.
Combined with chess heads, man.
Yes,
beautiful movement.
My buddy's chess head. That's what we do all day. And again, I am hip hop, so that's where the hip hop come in. And I play the game of chess, and I love it. So
that's beautiful, man. I gotta admit, it's my favorite game. I grew up in a house of dominoes. My house was a domino house.
That's right.
I don't like dominoes to this day, but I do like chess.
Yeah, queen is the most powerful piece, and the king has to be. You can't take the king. You gotta trap or checkmate the king in order to win the game.
Fantastic.
Hey man, that's what it is, man. And this is one of them games where you can't say, in order to beat us, you gotta cheat us.
Right.
This ain't one of them games.
Oh no, this is the ultimate game right here, man. I appreciate this interview, man, and like I said, man, I just can't wait to get out there and play some chess.
Right on. I hope people tap in with you, man. Till next time.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Fantastic. 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 Fantastic.